Steppin' Out is made possible in part by Susie and Pierre G. Villery.
With a continued passion for public television, we are proud to underwrite Steppin' Out.
Please join us in supporting WYES television.
The New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Foundation promotes, preserves, and perpetuates music, culture, and heritage through programs, cultural, educational, and economic activities year-round. Learn more at jazzandheritage.org.
I'm Peggy Scott Laborde, and welcome to Steppin' Out, with updates from the local restaurant, arts, and entertainment scenes. Joining me, Poppy Tooker, host of Louisiana Eats on WWNO Radio. Hey, Miss Poppy.
Hey, Peg.
Howdy. Joycelyn Reynolds, President and CEO of Arts New Orleans, formerly known as the Arts Council of New Orleans. Welcome, welcome, Joycelyn.
Thank you.
Good to see you. Luke Fleming from Madison, Wisconsin, where he has a performance tonight, and he is the director of the Crescent City Chamber Music Festival, and it's great to see you up there, and I know we'll be seeing you in New Orleans starting next week, right? Great.
Yes.
Thank
Hi,
you,
good
Luke.
to be here.
Sure. Also with us, of course, Smason, editor of the Crescent City Jewish News and theatercriticism.com. Howdy.
Hey, Peg.
How you doing?
All right.
Poppy, we have a regional food brand celebration. That's quite the anniversary.
Well, everything is leading up to Camellia Red Beans' big anniversary, 100 years, the centennial next year. And they're getting ready for that. One of their first efforts is this incredible Monday tradition of red beans and rice. And so right now, if you buy Camellia Red Beans and Cajun Country Rice, there is a portion of that going to benefit Second Harvest in the Greater Baton Rouge Food Bank. They have set out through October the 28th to raise money for 100,000 meals. So
Wow.
It's a big effort, and that's just, wait till you see all this build up. And then I've got with me some very important, now that full screen there, Poppy at poppytooker.com, this is what I want you all to know about, because I've got with me my great-grandmother's bean pot. Here we have that. And here we have, this is actually my great-great-grandmother's spoon. So that's what stirred the pot and made those beans so creamy. And Camellia wants everybody to please send me an email, contact me with pics and stories about your family heirlooms. So your story may end up on Louisiana Eats. And it's just going to be a really special year in 2023, so get ready. So that was something very old. Now we're going to talk about something very, very new, and that is the Dream House Lounge. It is a new sober bar. There's David Wallace, the owner. He's serving what he calls conscious cocktails. These are all zero proof. He's got delicious zero proof wines he's serving. The wild thing he's got down there is an oxygen bar where the flavors of the oxygen bar change. Right now, the flavors are Sex on the Beach and Zen. There's a new drink he's serving, Lavender Green Dreams, which is mezcal based with sorrel and lavender syrup, and of course the Dream 75, which is an alcohol-free French 75. It's fabulous. And he's started doing Soul Mic Night on Thursdays from 6:30. The performances start at 7:30. Everybody can come out and have their turn. So yeah, there's that oxygen bar. And this is all about, you know, maybe you've been drinking, you go by and you have a little of the oxygen bar, maybe you spell yourself between alcoholic cocktails, but he wanted everybody to know about his Wellness Wednesdays, kicking off October 5th. It's all about mental health. There will be professionals in, there's a panel discussion, disaster fatigue, also engagement hesitation that a lot of people are suffering from. These are the topics that are going to be addressed, and you can have it all with a conscious cocktail.
All right, Poppy. So downtown on Barone Street. So that's in the CBD, huh?
Exactly, the corner of Barone and Perdido, right across Barone from the hotel. It just
close by.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. And moving over to Alan.
Well, there are 2 university productions that I want everybody to know about that are on the boards for this week coming up, and they really are worthy of support. First of all, MFA candidate Drew Stroud over at the University of New Orleans has an ambitious project. He is dealing with Becky Mode's Hysterical and Moving, Fully Committed. Only 2 remaining shows tomorrow and Saturday nights. The main character is a reservationist at a trendy Manhattan dining establishment with dishes like, well, they're really more like chemistry than gastronomy, things like edible dirt and deer lichen. And there are very few actors who really are up to the physical and mental challenge of playing all 40 roles in this 90-minute piece. I have to tell you, you know, they have to feed themselves the lines. To me, this is the toughest kind of job that you can do. He runs a range of emotions as he deals with passive-aggressive managers and egocentric chefs. He deals with his recently widowed dad, his overly competitive fellow actor, and dozens of would-be diners, all hoping to get a seat for lunch or dinner. Check out Drew Stroud. He's up close and personal and Fully Committed, playing in an immersive smaller theater space at UNO. And then also on the boards at Tulane University is Alexis Shear's Our Dear Dead Drug Lord, having its regional premiere at Tulane University. It's directed by Jessica Podwell. This small cast is composed of mostly 4 women players representing young members of a high school club at a private school, and they really are dedicating it to dead leaders, including the cocaine cartel kingpin, Pablo Escobar. It's set prior to and after the 2008 election for president, and the 4 young ladies are dealing with issues involving, you know, the death of a sibling and some very adult issues such as same-sex attraction. Also, the language, I'm going to warn you, is very gritty, not recommended for youngsters, but the drama is riveting, and also at the end of this very short piece, there are a lot of questions and few answers. But I have to tell you, this piece was given off-Broadway critical reviews that really gave it a high rating. And I will tell you, I found it to be a very compelling piece. I do note that there is a translation of a portion of the play that needs to be translated. You do need to get that with a QR reader, because late in the play, a character does speak entirely in Spanish. But don't forget to read it, because it will help you, give you a little bit more insight into the play. Don't forget also, Peggy, I've mentioned it before, this is the final week for Sweet Potato Queens, a musical based on the life of novelist Jill Connor Brown, who you see there on the left, in the middle there. Again, lyricist Sharon Vaughn all the way on the left, and composer Melissa Manchester next to JPAS artistic director Dennis Asaf will all be on hand this weekend. All of them will be talking about what's going on stage with some really beautiful singing, and I really recommend you go check it out. If there's tickets left, it's going to be a hoot. Also, Peggy, I don't want to let the opportunity go by without mentioning that the Broadway Across New Orleans season opens officially on Tuesday night. That's when Pretty Woman opens, and we'll finally get a chance to see the show that critics hated but the public kept alive at the box office.
It's a musical, isn't it?
It is a musical, and it, based on the film. It opens on Tuesday night, which of course is Yom Kippur, so it's a bit of a challenge for me, and it runs until next Sunday.
Okay, thank you very much. Appreciate that. And moving over to Joycelyn. And Joycelyn, we could spend the whole half hour talking about what Arts New Orleans does. Okay, but we're going to do the highlights.
Thank you.
But first of all, we're just so thrilled because just the activities alone these days, and the rebranding, because you used to be known as the Arts Council of New Orleans, but you've got a new logo, which we're going to show. And why the rebranding?
So the Arts Council and its programs have really grown over the years. And, you know, we started out working with the city of New Orleans, developing re-grant programs, and the state of Louisiana for grant programs for the community, providing needed operating support and more joy program support for Mardi Gras Indian organizations and social aid and pleasure clubs. And then we also worked with the city to develop the Percent for Art program, and the city of New Orleans has about 500 pieces in its collection. But now we do so much more for the community. So we've really grown as an agency. So that's why the rebranding.
Now, one of my favorite things of the long list of what you all do are those arts markets, and you've got one coming up at City Park, okay, which is going to be great. And then this one is what used to be called Palmer Park, but now Harmony Park, Marcellus Harmony Park. So one is like there's certain times of the month that they take place, correct?
Yes. So on the second Saturday of the month, we do an arts market in City Park on the Great Lawn. And on the fourth Saturday of the month, we do a arts market at Marcellus Harmony Park. And the next upcoming art market is October 8th from 10 to 4 at City Park. And, you know, the thing about the arts market is that, you know, the Arts Council is supporting small businesses. It's an adjudication process to become a part of the market. The second market at Marcellus Harmony Park is Saturday, October 29th from 10 to 4. The quality of the art is so amazing. It has been judged as the best art market in the city. And
Fantastic. And this is something else. This is LunaFet. Wow. Explain that, huh?
Correct. So LunaFed is the Arts Council's, it's our 9th year of producing our Light Art and Technology Festival. We have a new site that we started in 2021. This is the pedestrian park of the New Orleans Ernest N. Morial Convention Center. So our last festival that happened prior to COVID, we had 100,000 people.
Gee.
And so the upcoming dates are December 15th through 18th. The pedestrian park, it's from 6 to 10. We'll have food and arts market, you know, wonderful drinks, different art and technology shows. And the premiere show is a video projection that's going to be shown on the convention center.
Wow.
And we're going to have Black masking Indians showcasing their work.
Oh,
light up suits. And then this is the first time we're doing Luna Ball, Saturday, December 16th at 6 p.m. It's a patron party, and it's a gala at the Morial Convention Center. So it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have people dressed up in light costumes. We're going to have costume designers in light up wear. So, you know, please come out.
Absolutely. And then you also have something else fairly recently, the Young Artist Movement. Tell us about that.
Yes, this is an employment training program where we hire young people, we pair them with professional artists, and they create art for community projects. So this is Journey Allen. Now, this is a commission we did with the Four Seasons Hotel, working with Ron Theron Ratcliffe and a number of our youth artists. And our artists range from 14 to 22. We pay them. So these were exquisite designs working with the Four Seasons Hotel. So we're so pleased to be able to do many community projects. If you have any questions, please call us at this number or go to our website at artsneworleans.org.
And Joycelyn, let me just say, because I recently visited the Four Seasons last week, and those are at the end of the hall in each of the floors by the rooms, and they're just so beautifully done. And I had no idea that these were done by students. It's beautifully done.
Correct, correct. We're very proud of that commission.
Very good. Congratulations. And I know
Thank
there's
you.
plenty more. And moving over to Luke. Oh, Luke. Luke, so next week you're going to be a busy bee, the Crescent City Chamber Music Festival. Now, which annual is this now? How many years?
This is our 7th season. We began in 2016.
Wow, well, congratulations. And what I think is great is that, you know, these are free events. And before we get into details, though, let us show you an excerpt from the Brahms Piano Quintet in G minor, Opus 25, from last year's Crescent City Chamber Music Festival, and Luke performs in this clip. Wow. Wow. Woo. That's a lot of energy, Luke. And I know you've got 7, count them, 7 events free, which is amazing. A free concert. People can make a donation if they want to. We can mention that.
Yes.
But plus, you all also, with the groups that you're bringing in, go to various senior citizen centers and assisted living centers. But let's go through. Let's do some highlights. I'm going to let you take it away.
Sure. Well, our first concert will be on October 6th, which is a Thursday night, and it'll be at a historic Felicity Church, a beautiful place to hear chamber music performed. It'll be all string chamber music, so quintets and sextets by Brahms and Mozart. It's also a BYOB event, so you can feel free to bring your own and just enjoy it in a very casual environment. The second concert we have will feature the trio Appassionata, which is a wonderful violin, cello, and piano trio, and that will be at St. Charles Avenue Presbyterian Church. There'll be a pre-concert talk before that, as there are before most of the concerts. That is also free of charge, no tickets required. And then the trio Appassionata will perform again on October 9th, which is a Sunday afternoon after the Saints game. That's why it's a 5 p.m. concert. It's a home game at noon. We have to check these things out, and,
yes, you do.
and I'll be watching just like everyone else. But 5 p.m. concert, and that'll feature Trio Appassionata as well, but also with some collaborating artists from the Manhattan Chamber Players. On October 11th, we have Mark Dover and David Fung, world-renowned clarinetist and pianist, performing with the Lot Quartet, which is a locally based New Orleans quartet, of which I'm a member. Also some other local musicians from right here in New Orleans. That'll be at the UNO Performing Arts Center on UNO campus. Beautiful space to hear chamber music.
That's great. And so all of those, though, but you also have an event coming up at Urban South Brewery. I love that location, huh?
It's been a perennial favorite of fans of the festival since 2016. We've done it since the first year. In 2016, Urban South Brewery didn't even have air conditioner. It had about 2 beers. Now it's got AC and about 30 beers and alcoholic seltzers. And we play music and we pair them with some of the more interesting beers on the menu that you can't just go out and get at a grocery store, which you can of many of their wonderful beers. And people can purchase the special beer flights and enjoy the music and the pieces that we kind of pair with them. It's a very fun kind of alternative way of listening to classical music.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. And of course, for more information and all the details, your website. Okay,
yes,
if you give your website, say your website.
Sorry.
Okay.
I will tell you what it is. Crescent City Chamber Music Festival.
All right, Crescent City Chamber Music Festival.com. Very good. And over to Poppy. Thank you, Luke.
Peg, that hotel I couldn't think of. It's Le Pavillon, okay? So that's where Dreamhouse Lounge is, right across from the side, okay? But coming this weekend, since 2019, no fried chicken festival. It's in a new location. It's going to be right there on the lakefront at Franklin. There you see Cleveland Spears with the first edition poster. There are restaurants coming from Houston, Dallas, Kentucky, Mississippi. There's more than 30 local food vendors. The food is outrageous. Things like Alma will be there with a pollo chuco that is served with a Honduran crack sauce. There's an ice cream chicken leg waffle with maple syrup ice cream and chicken skins fried, and a chicken Rockefeller with spicy eel from Bocce Canteen. There's 3 stages of music. There's parades. There's arts and crafts. It's really something to do. And it's a bargain that you can get a 2-day pass for $20. A single day is $15. That's, of course, happening Saturday and Sunday. And then while you're in the mood for fried chicken, how could we talk fried chicken and not mention Al Copeland? Al Copeland, his son, Al Jr., and Kit Wall just published a book, Secrets of a Tastemaker. They are going to be signing. There'll be tastings from the book. This is all going to happen at Garden District Books on Saturday from 1 to 3. The Copeland food truck will be outside. This is going to be a whole nother fried chicken happening uptown. So you can eat fried chicken everywhere this weekend.
Yes, you can. Thank you, Poppy. And back over to Alan. And Alan, that JPAS is a very busy place, isn't it?
Yeah, and if you thought that the ending of this month is going to be the ending of Hispanic Heritage Month, you would be wrong, because it began in the middle of the month of September and therefore does not end for the full month until the middle of October. And that's when, in the Heights, that's Lin-Manuel Miranda's Tony Award-winning musical. The regional premiere will be presented by JPAS. It opens next Friday night, and I'll have a review for it right here on Steppin' Out. So don't forget that as well. Now, meanwhile, playwright Justin Maxwell and dramaturg Stephanie Garrison will be my guest next Monday night, October the 3rd, on the NOLA Theater Talk Show. They're going to be discussing the upcoming Fat Squirrel production of the very short titled The Canopic Jar of My Sins, a medieval morality play for Latter-day Postmodernists. And again, you can see it all on the NOLA Theater Talk Show that we have on the NOLA Theater Folk Facebook group, the theatercriticism.com Facebook page, not the website for theatercriticism.com, and also on my own YouTube channel. So keep that in mind. And Peggy, we were talking about this. The Seth Rudetsky show has returned, the concert series, and it has a little bit of a local connection. We have 2-time Tony Award winner and New Orleanian by choice, Michael Cerveris, going to be his guest at an early time this week at 4 p.m. So keep that in mind. Michael he performed right there with Seth back in 2015 in December and was wonderful. I recommend it very highly. Tickets are only $25, and it's now presented through BroadwayWorld.com, so check that out. In just about 3 more weeks, Seth will be taking a short break, but he'll be back with Ali Wolt, who people may remember as Christine Daae from the Phantom of the Opera, which, of course, just announced that it was finally, after 30-plus years on Broadway, going to finally be having its closing notice posted. So, again, he will be probably performing a number of items from that as well.
Okay.
So
we are so lucky to have him. Part-time Orleanian, part-time New Yorker, and what a great guy.
And
too.
Loves New Orleans like a true native.
Very generous with his time, too. Thank you. And now, time for our picks of the week. Joycelyn.
Thank you. Hopefully you guys could come out to our arts market on October 8th in City Park from 10 to 4. Behind me, there's some wonderful artwork. Our new website is, our website is www.artsneworleans.org. Please visit us and let us know how we're doing. Thank you.
Okay, good. Yeah, and it's going to have a new look, which is exciting.
Yeah.
And over to Luke. You've got some other events. We're finishing up these highlights, right? The Manhattan Chamber Players, huh?
Oh, I'm sorry. You cut out for a second. My apologies.
That's okay.
My picks of the week. Yeah, thank you for the prompt. Yes, the final 2 concerts that I haven't mentioned yet of the Crescent City Chamber Music Festival, I'll be performing in those with my group, the Manhattan Chamber Players. And the first of those final 2 concerts is on Friday night, October 14th at Dixon Concert Hall at Tulane University. beautiful hall to hear chamber music performed in. And then the second of those will be held at the historic sanctuary of Rain Memorial United Methodist Church on St. Charles Avenue. It'll be just a really
That's going to be great. Yes.
beautiful, wonderful way. Spectacular place to hear music.
And once again, go to the website for all the more information. Thank you, Luke. And I'm so glad you could be with us today. Good luck with tonight's
Thank you, Chris. I've people waiting for me on stage right now.
Okay. And over to Poppy. Poppy.
Well, Peg, we're going to be talking Oktoberfest next week, but if you need a little Oktoberfest now, through October 3rd, at the Roosevelt Hotel, they're serving German beers for $9, and there's a fabulous German Oktoberfest meal, schnitzel, sweet and sour red cabbage, onion potato gratin, through October 3rd.
Okay, and Alan.
Well, once again, Rossini's Immortal, The Barber of Seville, is going to be presented by the New Orleans Opera Association this week, Friday and Sunday. They're resetting it, as you can see, in New Orleans. They'll probably want to call it The Barber of Gentilly. Tickets are still available. I really urge everyone to go. Remember, New Orleans is the first city of opera. They really need the support. Please go, and I'll see you at the theater.
Thank you. And now my picks, noting the 150th anniversary of artist Edgar Degas' visit to New Orleans. WYES will show the documentary Degas in New Orleans, a Creole Sojourn, Saturday at 5 p.m. Kudos to Steven Tyler and David Jones for this fascinating program. The crew of Joan of Arc will present a free day of lectures and presentations at the Stone Auditorium at the Waldenberg Arts Center. That's at Tulane on Saturday. Go to joanofarcparade.org for a full schedule. And Saturday evening is Art for Art's Sake, a series of coordinated openings uptown on Magazine, in the Arts District, and in the Quarter. My picks would be Simon Gunning with his show at Arthur Roger Gallery, focusing on the Port of New Orleans and the river. And don't forget George Schmidt, of course, also on Julia. And former TV and radio anchor and longtime artist Garland Robinette will be presenting new work at Sautre store on Magazine Street from 5 to 8 p.m. Saturday. And now, from now until October the 9th, the organization New Orleans & Company is sponsoring performances by many local musicians around town. Go to New Orleans by New Orleans, NewOrleansXbyNewOrleans.com for a schedule, and check out Harry Marone with all of these activities. He's going to be at the Bombay Club. And looking ahead, we've got next Friday, October the 7th, that is going to be the kickoff of Oktoberfest at Deutsches Haus, and they sell headpieces. Look at this headpiece. A committee made 750 of them. Some light up like this one. And this is a fundraiser, and just $20, less for ones that aren't illuminated. And Sheila Schultz made this one. So go to deutscheshaus.org for details on that celebration. Thank you all so very much, my pals, and thank you for watching. Good night.
The New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Foundation promotes, preserves, and perpetuates music, culture, and heritage through programs, cultural, educational, and economic activities year-round. Learn more at jazzandheritage.org. Steppin Out is made possible in part by Susie and Pierre G. Villery.
With a continued passion for public television, we are proud to underwrite Steppin Out.
Please join us in supporting WYES Television.